Come with us as Soft Focus clambers over the briny rocks that make up the British Isles to interrogate the great minds of English pop and rock and roll music. Fox hunting was recently banned in this land, but we use some of the same techniques to chase down and corral the wily and willful visionaries of England's avant-pop aristocracy. Number one in our sights was Mark E. Smith, bandleader, singer, author, composer for The Fall, arguably the most important group ever. We went to Manchester and hunted down his thoughts one day. The chase was exhilarating. Come join us as we show you what it was like. Sort of.
Soft Focus. Soft Focus.
We're in Manchester and the IRA exploded the center of the city. Do you think it was a real estate scam?
Well, it was horrific, really.
Really? I just learned about this, so I just wanted...
I wrote a song about it, actually, Powder Keg.
Is that what that's about? Really?
Yeah, but it was a year before it happened, so...
Do you think you conjured it up?
It was quite weird, really, because what happened was they planted this bomb under the massive supermarket building just near it. It's about a 5-minute walk. Being Irish, they got it upside down, so it could have been a 7-Eleven, what do you call it, 9/11 or something.
So did they warn everybody beforehand, or?
About 4 minutes before. Really? But the police did a marvellous job, because my sister was on the bus actually going to work. She works in the shops. And they evacuated everybody, and when it went off, nobody died.
Really? But a lot of people here say it's the best thing that happened to the city.
I can't believe that. How could it be the best thing? It's like saying,
Yeah, destroying any nice old building or something is the best thing.
No, it wasn't a nice old building, it was all crap. But that's what the mayor of Manchester said, it was the best thing that happened. It's like the mayor of New York saying, this is the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
For the architectural...
Best thing that ever happened for George Bush. Certainly.
Correct, yeah.
I know that you've used the analogy of, just as an analogy for your rock and roll band, football teams and rock and roll bands.
I'm not a big soccer fan anymore, you know.
Really? Is that right?
What?
Were you disenchanted?
Yes. Mm.
Just because of, how come?
Well, they're sort of overpaid, and they're not the soccer eye, and you can't stand up and things like that. It's not like a show.
Yeah.
You got to sit down, and it's about $75 to sit down and watch people like David Beckham and all that run around. It's not the same.
Yeah,
A bit like a Red Hot Chili Peppers show.
Yeah, you get your nachos, and it's very sedate. Yeah. Well, at what point does rock and roll become the same thing? When you're playing in a hall, and at a certain point, when people are sitting down, is it just pointless?
Not if I can help it, you know. Started to choose where I play, in Britain anyway.
What's the difference between touring in the States and touring here in Europe for you?
I don't get time to look around really. I'm not a tourist, you know.
You're working.
But I've got these half of my groups from California. You know that. You must know that. Do you know that?
I do. I had an idea.
God bless them. Great. So there's me, the wife, and a Manchester lad, and the three others, the dudes, as we call them.
They are dudes.
From LA.
Radical. They're radical.
No, they're fantastic.
California.
Fantastic musicians.
In California, radical is.
All American musicians are fantastic, I think.
Yeah.
The difference is amazing.
Really? What difference do you see? Like, what is exactly?
No, as opposed to to the Manchester musicians, you know, the dedication and love for what they do is marvellous. You know. So it's a big difference. All them Manchester scene musicians, they play golf and all that. I must be the only Manchester musician who doesn't play golf to chill out.
Oh, is that true? That's
Yeah.
a fad?
Hey?
Golf, yeah. I thought golf was Scottish. You're a Pisces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you identify as a Pisces, or do you
Piss
think
head.
that's bullshit?
Where did you find that out from?
Well, I'm
Don't
really
think.
interested in star signs, so I
What
looked at
star
it. I looked
sign
at
are
it.
you?
I'm a Gemini. Yeah,
All right.
like Paul McCartney.
Sex maniac.
Not really. More just
No, what's Gemini? No,
Interested.
sorry. So Gemini, more, yeah, like a studier.
Exactly.
Like to study things.
Pisces, though. Yeah, like Arthur Lee is a Pisces.
Right.
Brian Jones. George Harrison.
Can't believe this fucking rubbish. What? George Harrison.
You don't like him?
No, I know what Pisces is, and I know who
Yeah.
Pisces is. Lou Reed's a Pisces. It's
Yeah.
same birthday.
Lou Reed, Pisces.
So what's Gemini?
Ray Davies, Brian Wilson, Bob Dylan.
The Emperor of Greece.
Yeah, stuff like that. Exactly.
The third president of America. Woodrow Albert.
Exactly. Woodrow Fillmore.
Gemini.
Miller and Fillmore.
Gemini. Yeah, Gemini. Yeah. You sort of.
Gemini.
You look like a Gemini, actually.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you because you say your wife's from Germany,
Yeah.
and I know that your grandfather was in the Battle of Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Was at Dunkirk. It wasn't a battle. Can you tell Americans who are young what Dunkirk is? Because I know what it is, but
1940 when it was all over.
it was all over. France was defeated. Belgium was defeated.
Yeah.
The British Army was at the Channel,
Yeah. And
surrounded.
And they had to get home, and they went home.
But they went home. The Germans stopped, and then the British sent out a flotilla of
They
fishing
didn't stop.
vessels.
No, my grandfather stopped them.
Really? That's what I was going to ask you. Did Hitler? Because there's those people say, oh well, Hitler decided to stop because he liked the British. He wanted to be at peace with the British. Really.
Balls. My grandfather came home with 3 SS helmets and
Really?
3 SS daggers.
Really?
Must be the only one who came home from the British. Everybody left everything now, but he came home with 3 SS daggers and
Wow.
he was discharged because he killed SS men.
Wow. I'm wondering what singers are people that you, I don't know, that you particularly admire?
Singers?
Yeah.
I'm a bit old school, man. I'm Gene Vincent and that. I like a lot of reggae singers,
Really? Like who?
like Big Youth and like improvisers, really.
Yeah. That's kind of where hip hop came from. All that.
Yeah, but I
Hip-hop
mean, it's been a bit destroyed, hasn't it, really?
Yeah. What about glam rock? What do you think about that? Gary Glitter.
Glam rock. I was only getting into music at that time. You mean 74 something?
Yeah.
I liked the Sweets,
Yeah.
and that was about it, really.
What about
I was more into soul at the time, if at all.
you mean early 70s soul or 60s soul?
No, Northern Soul. It came from Detroit and Chicago.
Oh yeah, of course.
You don't know any. They didn't have any group numbers. It's like a distorted Motown,
Yeah.
like Curtis Mayfield's.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I was more into.
Yeah.
At the time. I think. It's important not to have a lot of influences in my game, you know. when I'm working on an LP, I don't listen to anything, and I don't read any interviews, and I don't watch myself on TV or anything like that.
But it's funny that you say that you try to divorce yourself from listening to things while you're recording, because Neil Young says the same thing about Dylan. He says, I can't listen to Dylan because I'm too influenced by him, and you just have to stay, you know.
Well, he's influenced by Dylan.
Well, he said that it's too easy to pick up on that. It's like someone with a cold. You know?
He's got a bit of a problem, hasn't
He does.
he? You see, just get this straight. When I was a teenager in 1973, where it was, the whole reason of creating The Fall was to get away from fuckers like, Pink Floyd, the Eagles, and Neil Young. Because, everywhere you went, that was sort of a driving force.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Sex Pistols or anything. That was a driving force to do something proper.
Yeah.
All these groups who claim to be influenced by me, I think they're more influenced by the Talking Heads, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talking Heads, Bowie, so it's the same in British music.
Do you like the Talking Heads?
No, to me they're the enemy.
Yeah.
That's why The Fall started.
Rock and roll groups only seem to be typically made in these countries, which are all like countries that are part of the so-called first world, or they're like post-industrial countries, right? Mm-hmm. Countries that don't really produce anything. It's full of bankers and kind of people. I don't know. What do you think of that?
The groups you're talking about, through my experience, in meeting them and all, they're like sort of little business units. In Britain now they have rock schools, where you can get a degree in being in a rock group.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's quite shocking.
It's disgusting, right?
No, it's because, for instance, we were banned from rock festivals for a long time.
Really?
I was, but not a group. Me in particular. But we were let back into the system, like Glastonbury and Reading and all this shit. And it's weird seeing the groups, and they all sort of, they all did courses on that.
Yeah.
Which is alien to me, It must be alien to you as well. You're no spring chicken, are you?
No, I'm old.
To me, it was quite shocking because me and my friends who were from the rough side of town, we were just going on the buses and the tour buses, and it's like they're drinking tea and everything, and they're ringing the fathers who work in banks and everything, and they get £30,000 a year and all that to be in groups. I mean, it must be hilarious to an American. Can you credit this?
Yeah, well, there's this thing in Sweden and Canada where groups are subsidized by the state.
These fucking Swedes and Norwegians, they just get all paid for.
Yeah.
They get the clothes paid for.
Yeah. And they say, I'm playing in a 65 style mod group. I need a Fender Twin with reverb.
It's the truth, yeah.
Yeah, and then the government said, well, very
yeah,
good.
blah, 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 blah. Don't worry about the travel tickets. Just call the embassy.
It's amazing.
Imagine that here, or American embassy. But you imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I don't understand that. I came out of the clubs,
Yeah. And you're still playing clubs. I mean, bigger
yeah,
clubs.
For
but
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And it's like that festival scene is just. It's quite strange to me.
It doesn't feel dangerous. It doesn't feel like anything.
Well,
just,
I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, I found it. I mean, even in retrospect, even Sonic Youth look good now. I mean, that's kind of fucking alright.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand. Aesthetically, you go to those things and you wonder what are people getting from this? What is attractive about it? It doesn't.
Well,
feel
it's
like
easy. Well, it's easy to take a fucking course in fucking rock media and DJing.
This school of rock thing is happening in America for little kids. Little kids are being taught
Oh there's
how to
those
play
films,
like
isn't there?
but that's real. That's happening. So
Yeah,
think
with
of how
that big,
terrible.
that big horrible actor that School of Rock. What's he called?
Yeah, Jack Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
So
That's what he is.
but
He's got to die on it. He must die.
but
What a fucking twat he is.
think
And he's done a follow-up, hasn't he, or something?
so think of how terrible rock and roll in the future is going to be, because it's going to be these little children who went to rock school.
There's also that bloke out of Kiss. Have you seen that one?
Gene Simmons.
The
right wing.
The bass player.
Yeah, he's right wing.
Yeah, well, there's this program in Britain, and he goes to like Birmingham, you know, like the home of heavy metal and all that.
Yeah.
And he goes around to these schools and he gets them all, and he fucking it's disgusting program. It's only in the afternoons, you know, like at kiddie time, right? He said.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he goes in and he goes, I won't show you what I'm like with my makeup on and all this.
Yeah, yeah.
I love American TV though. Fucking, it's great because there's this one. It's like there's this documentary on this Kiss tribute band, and this bloke who was imitating. You know, the American tour before last we did, the tribute groups were getting paid twice as much as we were. But anyway, this bloke who was in this Kiss, you must know this story. Do you know it? No, he was doing the fire thing. He does the fire thing.
Yeah.
He was at
Gene Simmons.
Yeah. Well, he's doing this in the car park. He sets himself on fire and he blows himself up. He goes on the fucking. He blows up about 8 cars and like kills like 2 people.
No.
It was fucking brilliant. But they would show that in America. I mean, it was great. It was really funny. It was like. What I like about American TV is sometimes it's fucking good. Do you not think so?
Well, I think that maybe when
Whereas we're here, we've got bloody Gene Simmons. He's going around to fucking like primary schools, you know, like.
Yeah, what a bad influence.
You know, with fucking I know. Yeah, like you got these young. Well, the age of my nieces, you know what I mean? And they're just going into school and they've got Gene Simmons there, you know, talking to some fucking roadie from Black Sabbath and shouting at these young kids, and they're like, but, you know, they're only like, you know, I know, they're like my nieces, you know. They go like, you gotta do this, you gotta do it, and they're going like, well, I just want to go and do biology.
Yeah,
I want to go and learn something. He's going, no, you got to be more aggressive. You know, this fucking young English kids like this. They're going, oh, he's going, no, do this, do that. Then he meets Tony Iommi, you know, that Black Sabbath in a pub. He doesn't know what fucking day it is. You know? And then he has Tony Iommi, and I mean that's horrible. That's not education, is it? No, but it's like you said, they're not fucking secondary schools.
Yeah.
They're like fucking 9 or 10.
It's the formative years.
I've got nieces and nephews. When I walk in the room, they hide behind the fucking couch.
Yeah.
They go, Uncle Mark's
As it should
coming.
be.
They go, Uncle Mark's coming, and they go, ah! They run away and I go, here's your birthday card. They go, ah! Go away.
Yeah.
I've got my homework.
What do you do with a culture where everyone is in a group? How to stop this thing? Or what's the role? I don't
know, how can we stop this? Everybody thinks he should be a singer and all.
Yeah.
But that's why, you know, like this shit like Pop Idol, that's why they get away with it. You know what I mean?
That started in England, yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Not all them shit things, you know, when
yeah.
Every American actor wants to be a singer in a group.
Yeah.
You noticed that?
Yeah, they're all in groups.
That's right.
Russell Crowe. The
That's right.
Australian.
Yeah. Oh.
And the Bacon Brothers.
Yeah, correct.
And
they all want
Keanu Reeves.
You know, that's right. Yeah, and they do tours.
Yeah, they do tours.
You know that big guy with the hat? He just did a tour with Cigar. What's he called?
Cigar?
Mr. Cigar, the big.
Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Oh.
He just did a tour before us.
No.
It's
Rap?
like
Grime.
R&B with Steven Seagar.
Like Michael Bolton or something. That's great.
No, but he's an actor.
Yeah.
No, we had the best group apparently.
Yeah.
And they did, because that big guy, I don't know if you saw him, but
Yeah.
Alan, he said, I'm leaving you, and I said, fuck off, Alan. You know, so he went on this 6-week tour with, what's his cigar?
Was it successful?
No, fuck. The only people who came were like freaks, you know.
Yeah, just kung fu people.
There should be permits for these people.
Yeah. No, I agree. See, this is the thing about, like, should censorship exist? Like, I mean, should there be some kind of way to weed the... I mean, it's just...
I mean, I used to say that about Sonic Youth, you know, what's his face? Scott Thurston.
Yeah.
And that girl out of Hull.
Oh, yeah.
She should be...
Put in prison.
No wonder he shot himself.
Which brings me to my next question, which is that you've married several people from other countries.
Several people?
Well, a couple people from other countries.
What do you mean? What's that?
Well,
is this the saucy bits?
No, not at all.
Like David Letterman or something?
Well, no, not at all. We're not. That's not what we're doing here. We're having a real discussion.
What?
But you
married several. How many people have you married?
Well, 2 people. You've married 2 people from other countries.
You have?
Me? No, I've had several almost marriages. But I could never. I could never get them.
You should clean your teeth.
I could never. You never finish the job.
See it like that. You know, I'm just fucking surprised.
It's not mine. It's borrowed. Well, listen, we won't talk about that then. I was put up to it.
Fucking drop it, you cunt.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
There's been a lot of women and men who play in the fall.
Yes.
Do you think that women play in an intrinsically different way than men, or?
Tired?
No.
It seems to be.
I just wanted. I'm trying to look
Thank you very
urbane.
much.
I'm trying to look urbane and sophisticated. I'm affecting exhaustion.
Maybe all right.
No, I'm not tired.
You're looking good.
Thank you. Thanks. It's not really my jacket.
So go on.
Oh yeah. Well, there've been a lot of men and women who played in the fall.
Yes.
Do you think that women play in an intrinsically different way than men?
But I get a bit fed up with this line of questioning, to be honest. Because I never saw any difference between women and men in the group. You know, it's like my wife's in the group because she's a cracking fucking keyboard player. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I always thought when I had American women in the group, they were totally professional and efficient. You know what I mean? It's like, they were great. You know? Whereas English musicians just want to play golf and all that.
Golf, wow. Do you think the game of golf...
Are you married yourself?
No, I'm not, actually.
Are you courting? Are you are you going out with anybody?
Yeah.
Is she nice?
You know, that's subjective, I guess. Depends on who you asked. But it's not the most important thing.
It's Washington, D.C.
Nice. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure.
Thanks, man.
All right.